Next, let's take a look at those 3 games. Scott sat down with Shane Bettenhausen from the 1UP Network to look at Boom Blox and Iron Man and Target Terror. Sort of the good, bad, and the ugly thing going on. Yeah, I think it's good, not so good, and really not so good.
I've been hearing some buzz about the blocks. I'm curious to see if it's...
All right, yeah, let's take a look.
All right. And we're back with 3 games in 3 minutes. Joining me today, Shane Bettenhausen, executive news editor for the 1UP Network. How you doing, man?
Doing great.
Glad to have you.
Glad to be back.
So, instead of doing a try, well, it's kind of a try. Let's start there. What's your kind of try?
Kind of try.
It was kind of try, kind of bad. We were talking earlier.
It's so bad it's actually kind of good. So it's a rental, and it's Target Terror for the Wii. It's published by Konami, and you might have seen this in like a bar in the Midwest. It's one of those games, kind of like Police Trainer or Deer Hunter, that's a hit with the flyover states. And what it is, it's kind of like, remember Mad Dog McCree, Lethal Enforcers, where things pop up and you shoot them, and it's all digitized. Well, it's that, but it's against terrorists, and you're like the Denver airport. You're in these crazy locations. The graphics are dated, and it's actually some accuracy problems with the Wii, but it's just so insane. It's almost like a bad movie, like an MST3K. So if you want to see something that's so bad it's good, check that out. And even the funnier thing, it's developed by the guy who invented Defender, Eugene Jarvis. So it's just a whole bucket of weird.
Now, is it just what makes it so bad to good? I mean, is it the retro pop-ups type of thing, or
it looks like you and your friends put on outfits and made a game, basically, with very low budget, low quality stuff. It's funny, trust me.
All right. So now let's go. To the really bad.
The really bad is Sega's Iron Man game. And Iron Man, #1 movie in the world, huge hit. Sega was proud to get this license. They put it out on everything. It's on PC, PS2, PS3, Xbox 360, DS, PSP, everything. And they're all terrible. They're all awful. Awful games. Bad gameplay, confusing, just like no fun to play. It's just a mess. It's stunning that this game came out, with all the marketing behind it, and it's really bad.
But as Brooke said, he's just, we were talking. Like I said, we were talking earlier about these games. It's just he wants to do this flyover and just blow stuff up.
Well, I mean, the next gen ones, the 360 and PS3 ones, they do look good, and for a few minutes you'll have fun flying as Iron Man. But then when you realize how awkward the controls are, you're switching between like hovering and flight and different controls for running around. It's just a big mess, and the level design is just annoying and repetitive, and trust me, don't waste your money on that game.
So what is it? Just they didn't take the time to really make the controls right?
It's a big part of it, yeah. And it doesn't really feel that much like the film because it has all these silly enemies that aren't in the movie, and it's just a whole disconnect. It's a big disaster.
All right, now the one that. The buy. What is it? The
one buy. In this era of GTA 4, there's some great counter-programming on Wii from EA. It's called Boom Blox. It's the first game from Steven Spielberg. And when you hear Steven Spielberg, you don't think a cute puzzle game like Jenga, but that's what this is. It's just this awesome physics playground where you're either throwing balls, trying to knock blocks over, or you're pulling things out like Jenga. But it's totally customizable. You can make your own levels. There's hundreds of levels already built in, all these different gameplay modes. You can trade your levels online with your friends, and the multiplayer is super fun and addictive. For me, it's the best Wii native, only on Wii experience since Wii Sports.
It sounds like they really took the time to make this right. Is that what happened?
Yeah, they announced the partnership a few years ago, and this idea is an idea that Steven Spielberg and his kids came up with, and EA has been making it down to their LA office, and it's just super polished, really fun. It has some elements you can trade these levels, you can go online. It's really innovative for Wii. It's almost better than what Nintendo's doing on Wii.
Now you would hope other games would do that.
Yeah, it's nice to want things, as I always say. So,
thanks, Shane. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
There's your 3 games in 3 minutes. Check them out. Let us know what you think. I want the blocks.
Yeah, totally got to get that. If I can drag myself away from GTA 4 and World of Warcraft for 10 minutes and go get Boom Blox.
Yeah, it will cut into time. It will take an effort to acquire the title.
I feel like I need to use my Wii. I've had it, and I use it so seldomly. Like, every 4 months, there's a game coming out that's worth playing, and I'm like, ooh, this is great, and then it collects dust for 4 months.
For me, it's more the group console game. When people come over...
Nobody comes over to my house, my little apartment in the city. Well, it's not good for that.
When I have visitors, we do the bowling. We mostly play Wii Sports.
See, you have friends.
I try.
So it's good for that.
I have a couple. One. 2.